Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to this another session of MEF webinar. The title is Video as a Service, RCS for Next Generation Enterprise Digital Transformation. A very exciting topic. I'm looking forward to this webinar, and we have an exciting panel lineup for you. My name is Matt Ikram. I am the advisor for Asia at the Mobile Ecosystem Forum, and I'll be joined by three remarkable experts. I have here Anand Mohan Jha, Executive Vice President for the Global Enterprise Business at Globe Teleservices. Mr. Pankaj Saxena, CEO and founder at VSP AGY, and he will remind me how should I pronounce that. And of course, Han Truan, founder at PCOM. So just to set a context for this session, we know as enterprise race stand out in a crowded digital world. We are seeing a major shift from static one-way notification to immersive messaging driven by rich communication services or RCS. RCS, with its high impact rich media features and verified branding, is quickly becoming the foundation for customer engagement, enabling not just text but video, interactive journeys, and instantaneous analytics at a scale that we could only imagine. Today, we will explore how video as a service, or VaaS, powered by RCS, is reshaping how brands connect with customers. It's about more than just sending a message. It's about creating interactive, personalized video experience that captivate attention and deliver real business impact, from onboarding and renewals to cross-selling, the service and support. So we shall cover both RCS, as we know, RCS refers to the Google messages, and we also will touch upon the rich communication services like other channels of communication, WhatsApp, Viber, and others. So with that, each of these panelists bring their perspective into how RCS personalized video are making digital transformation a real measurable leap toward, for enterprise. So with that, I'm delighted to start and opening up the discussion. So to set the stage, it's my pleasure to introduce again our first speaker, Mr. Anand Mohan Jha, and he will be, Anand brings deep experience across telecom and digital services, and will walk us through how RCS and personalized interactive video are bringing together in live enterprise journey. So Anand, I'll pass this screen to you to start off and kick off the presentation.
Thank you so much, Matt. Pleasure to be on this forum. Marcom team, can you put up the slide, please? Thank you so much. So today's service is video as a service, basically RCS for next generation enterprise digital transformation. And we'll quickly introduce GTS. Next, please. So GTS has about 13-year plus experience. We are a Singapore-based company. We have direct interconnect with 87 MNOs for voice and 103 MNOs for direct SMS interconnects. MNOs are mobile network operators. You can call them telcos also. We serve about 400 plus global customers. Enterprise direct aggregators, we have it's about 880 plus. Direct exclusive, we have with 11 MNOs. We carry a traffic of voice about 105 billion plus per annum, and 1.2 billion messages we transmit every year. We are a conglomerate about 5 companies, plus some more strategic partnerships and investments. We have our offices in 11 countries, and the products that we offer are into communication and messaging space, which is voice, messaging, CPaaS, cloud, firewall, and other enterprise platforms. Next, please. So these are our strategic investment partnerships, and 5 of them are our group companies. Okay, GTS Tech Lab is based out of Bangalore. They do the analytics and basically software support for us there. Surf is our company, which is into India domestic services. Finbrain is into eKYC, micro-credentialing, micro-financing. Basically, any enterprise who require a customer onboarding experience, FinBrain is the company for that. Telco ECTs are a company based out of US, registered in US. And last one, bottom is UTS, which is again into enterprise automatic automation solution services. Miller, Robo, Magic, Test Magic are the sub products there for that. But today, you'll have to, you'll be listening to two of our colleagues there, okay? Mr. Pankaj Saxena from VSPAG. His platform is basically customer engagement platform, which is video as a service. So he's the video man there, okay? And then we have, PCG, which is PCOM. Han, my colleague Han is from there. He's the RCS guy, the map layer guy there. So he's the deployment guy. So as a CPaaS platform. So we have me representing us from enterprise, from the customer side of it there, okay? And we have our colleagues specializing in the customer engagement platform, CPaaS platform, videos, and the deployment part of it there. So together, we'd like to take this journey forward. Next slide, please. So the product portfolio we have are divided mainly into aggregators and enterprises. On the inner layer, we have regulators. Okay, so we'll have aggregators for A2P and voice messaging. Then we have CPaaS, as I mentioned earlier. We also into cloud numbers. Anybody who requires normal PSTN or a cellular connectivity across the globe there, we can connect them on that. Then we have a customer intelligent platform. Interactive video is the flavor of the day. RCS is PCOM will talk about it, Han will talk about it there. Then for consent management, we have a product called Consentica. And for authentication, we have a product called Authentica. These are the products there. On the operator, which is the telecom operators, MNO side of it there, we have multiple products, mainly for fraud management, for voice and SMS. And other things like penetrative test or mobile money, digital lending solutions, or ID, credentialing part of it there, which is eKYC or customer onboarding, or credit scoring there. I mean, that's the thing that we can offer to the operator side of it there. But some of them can be taken to the enterprises also, as and when the requirement is there. The layer, can change from operator to enterprises also based on the use case scenario requirement that they have. The other are for the regulators for blockchain-based deployments. We have other one for big data as Granita, and for central equipment and industry. I mean, we have CIR. We are the regulatory level, depending on the law of the land of that particular country, because we are global operations there. We have these solutions for the regulators for the particular country, and we can customize it as per the requirement. No two countries' law are the same there, so customization will be required for that. Let's go for the next slide, please. And this is very important there. I mean, so as per one survey by Gartner, the digital channels now account for 61.1% of total marketing spend. That's pretty huge number. Okay, and it's not traditional channel. Digital channels came in last decade or so there. Okay, so they form 61.1% of the total marketing spend today. The other is among the B2C marketers there. Okay, short form videos are used by 71%, and infographics, visuals, and data visualization by 57% of it there. Just seeing the sheer statistics there, you know where the trend is, where the market is heading towards. So the question of why is answered here in these two small snippets only. Next slide, please. Rich communication. I mean, sometimes as introduced by Matt, we call RCS, which is Rich Communication Service, also a corollary to what Google Messages are. Today's topic is into rich communication. It could be anything there. It could be WhatsApp, it could be Viber, it could be, RCS by Google Messages there, okay. Basically, they are upgraded business messaging, which enhance the traditional A2P SMS by offering high-resolution media sharing, read receipts, group chat, typing indicators. And if you see, this is a screenshot there, when we'll play a video at the end of it there, so you understand the flavor of it there, okay. We will not be showing the screen to you, we will directly be playing a video because it's a webinar as of now. But that's how you look like. The sender is a verified one, so credentialing happens there. Carousels, maybe depending on the platform, up to 6 and all are there. You can, which is again rich text there, you can swipe through it there, okay. The branding, logo, colors are all verified. About the organization introduction is taken care here. Automated interactive conversation and dialogues can happen there. You can put uh, rich text, audio, images, or videos there, which is the highest part of it there, and everything can be interactive. Call to action buttons are there. Simply say hi, the conversation can start. So this all can be 24/7. It's not that when the call comes, you have to pick up the call or miss it there, okay, or get lost in the maze of the website, okay, or on an app, which are multiple apps on your phone there, okay. This is as and when you want. It's live 24/7. It's up to you to how to use it. So that's where rich communication is getting traction among the youth, among the next generation there, because they can use it as per their choice. And today, messaging is the in thing there. That's the flavor of today. Next slide, please. On personalized interactive video messaging there, okay. So we have VaaS as a partner. It's the platform which is a customer engagement enterprise gateway SaaS platform. And it powers content and strategy creation, which is within the firewall of the enterprises there, okay. So we only give a UI there. So if you see, there are 5 portions to it there, okay. The first one is interactive elements, which can enable for customer interaction within the video. Other one is personalization, with images, videos, text, all can happen there, okay. And just by sending a mass message doesn't cut the ice, it doesn't create the impact there. But if somebody is personalizing the message to me, it creates something which goes and hits the heart directly. Oh, I'm being respected, I'm being reached out personally. So response rates are much better on a video communication RCS kind of a message than traditional messaging platforms there. The reasons are here. You can create videos through predefined video templates. That's also possible there. That's empowerment is there. You can run campaigns. Once we empower you there, you can come, run campaigns on multiple platforms. CPaaS, if you have it there, or we can give it to you. RCS or VaaS, whatever. I mean, it can be run. Then data into real-time analytics. It's not that stale data after 24 hours are coming there. As in when the campaign is getting transmitted, you get all the analytics real time. The decision making can happen on your dashboard, on the fly. That's the biggest USP of it there. Next slide, please. On VaaS there, okay. There are on the left side, if you see, there are different options there, okay. But on the right, what are the things that we can do? I'll spend some time on that, okay. So one is you can create personalized interactive videos. You can create personalized rendered videos, which can go through the same RCS medium. Multilingual brochure talks. I mean, it's a PDF or whatever document you have there. It can start talking to you. It's just not a stale or a plain PDF or a document only for you there. You can make it with a voice layer also there, so that wherever you click or your mouse or your finger there, okay, it can start talking it there. So it's like a text to speech can happen through that. Celebrity influencer, messaging videos can be done on that. AI generated videos can happen. Personalized images can happen there, okay. AI model avatars can be done. Personalized web stories can be done. Human assisted journeys, personalized audio messages. So whatever the enterprise wants, as per their marcom, as per their marketing, strategy part of it, there all is possible, and nothing is out of the box there. These are all customized. These are all curated. These are very, very personalized. No two deployments for two corporates are the same. Every deployment is unique. Okay. Though we'll have case studies for some industries, for some companies, enterprises there, okay. But when we go for deployment, the time it takes to understand, to deploy, more time is spent there, the quality of interaction is better. The quality of final product outcome is better. Rushing in doesn't work there, okay, because it has to be as per the strategy, internal policy of the company as enterprise there, okay. Other question comes for the security part of it there. So this is flexible. This is on the cloud, on the premise. So the control of the data is with the enterprise. It's not with us. We only give the UI and UX. That's it. Okay. It's scalable. The CX platform is scalable. It's robust. It's one platform with multiple solutions. Personalization can happen up to 5,000 transactions per second. That's the kind of a speed that you can do. And we can run multiple campaigns at the same time also. So that's the USP of this entire platform. It's a single platform with multiple solutions. Depends on how one enterprise wants to use it there. They want to pick up one of them, some of them or all of them. The choice is there in the enterprise. Our job is to give them options. It's to the enterprise to take those options and use them as per the requirement. Next slide, please. These are some of the case studies and all that. Okay, we have links, hyperlinks there for each and every video. For the paucity of time, we're not running each and every one there. But the headings, if you see the headings, these are the use cases where it's getting deployed. This is getting deployed for the lead generation. It's getting deployed on customer experience, feedback and surveys, retargeting, onboarding, customer onboarding, okay, explainer and training. I mean, if you onboard a customer, easier way to do that is from a 3D perspective rather than a 2D perspective, okay, where you print papers, used to send it there, used to go to garbage, or an email which used to go on a spam folder. No, it's environment friendly also, just a video on a digital channel. So your ESG norms are complied with also. Customer engagement, then hyper personalized videos there. We'll show you a snippet of it at the end of it. Then the video calculator options are the referrals, persona mapping, reminders, renewals. All these options are use cases which you have deployed for the enterprises there. By naming them there, you'll get a clue. By seeing the video, you'll understand it better. So in case if you're interested, you can reach out to us there. We can share more details with you so that you get a pretty good idea of what we're talking about in terms of use cases there. Next slide, please. It's a personalized interactive video that will play there. Let's.
Hello, Rohit. Greetings from Hyundai. We value your patronage and appreciate your trust in us. It's time to upgrade your sunroof with all-new Hyundai Aero.
So if you would have seen on the previous slide or the last two slides, the first slide, the personalization is there, where the video is going in the name of Rohit. So Rohit is the name there. Depending on your CRM, about your ERP, you can customize it there to the first name, last name, whichever you want on the full name there, okay. All will be played here. Our job is to deploy it once, rest the CX platform and your CRM or your ERP takes over. The second is in the previous slide you would have seen there, okay. There is a registration number of the car. That's also personalized because it's an upgrade offer by Hyundai from a Santro to a Aura car there, okay. So even the registration number of the car, DL, something was there. So that's the level of personalization. Let's move ahead, please.
Specific matter features, hours, and habits.
If you see here, even the colors are getting changed as in you move the cursor there, okay. So it's interactive. It's not that just as plain videos being rendered there, okay. And the other features, for example, you can click on it there, okay. You can give a request for test drive. People will reach out to you there. If you want to download a PDF, you can do that about the brochure there, okay. Request for test drive. So there are multiple options. You want to know about engine, you can know about engine, okay. So various level of personalization is there on this as a sample of the video that we have shown. That is one of the videos there. Hyundai being a global company, we thought we should run this for you. Okay, next slide, please. And for any complete demo and all that, you can reach out to me. My email ID is here. We'll keep it just for a few more seconds so that people can note the email ID. Just my first name, last name, and globalteleservices.com. Thank you all so much. Over to you, Matt.
Thank you, Anand. That was very exciting. I think what I want to summarize, for the audience, is that, I mean, the ability for brand and enterprise, of course, brand and enterprise, to deliver personalized, scalable, with full control and interactivity to their audience is truly it's a game changer. I think I think it would allow enterprise to really engage beyond what they can do today. With this hyper personalized use cases that are multiple use cases with interactivity across their audience. So I want to focus on the enterprise aspect. Let's focus on the brand and the enterprise. So I think the first question that came to mind, Anand, for you, as you were looking at this, how are enterprise in your network, is shifting their channel mix with the emergence of RCS and interactive video? What are you seeing? What have you seen from your clients in the last year to give us some perspective there?
Sure, Matt. Thank you so much. So what started as an alternative of A2P SMS via channels like WhatsApp has currently been evolved into 24/7 chat, bots, live agents, information on the hand to pictures and now videos. That has been the transition. These days, it's about personalized and interactive video transmission. No more hyperlinks taking the customer out of the messaging channel, which used to happen some time back. Everything till payment, gateway, and receipt issuance can happen on the same channel. Besides WhatsApp, Google Messages, RCS is also gaining ground. So it's not only WhatsApp, RCS, because the Android device penetration is high, especially in emerging and populous countries there. Pankaj will give examples for some of the deployments when he'll speak about it for the video as a service to his clients there. And, we have Han will share some industry first deployments that he has done on RCS in various global markets. But what has changed in last 1 year? That was your question in enterprises. It's not the question about why video as a service and rich communication. That is not being asked now. The question being asked now is, when can you deploy personalized and interactive videos? Okay, those are the questions flying in there. Okay, not the question why. When can you deploy?
Yep.
Matt.
Perfect. So I'm gonna maybe you mentioned Pankaj. So Pankaj, I have a problem. A VSP, the platform.
VSPG.
Yes, VSPG. Perfect.
Yeah.
So the platform that you guys specialize in, it was mentioned it's supposed to be specialized in personalized interactive video at scale. So in terms of from the enterprise perspective, and when enterprise trying to design, what are the principles should enterprise and brands focus on when building the RCS video journey? So can you give us, some perspective on how enterprise can begin this building the journey for video?
Yeah, sure, Matt. A nice question, because we also experienced in last 5 years a transition. Because first, main thing we need to address that the behavior of the user is changing in last 3 to 5 years. So enterprise has to keep in mind that based on the behavior, the content design or the communication journeys has to be planned. For example, first thing is that the objective of the communication, like there are 2 kind of objectives. One is that you want just attention from the user in terms of any product launch or any, you can say, any specific offer to that customer. And second is that you want that user should play around or explore your product in that way. So first thing is that the selection of the intent based on on what content will be created. For example, if you want only the attentions, then the RCS and VaaS and all these play a significant role with the rendered videos. Only the footfall, because everybody, whenever they are free, based on the personalization, they can see the content. And if you want the engagement with the customer, like earlier video what Anand has shown, users should experience the vehicle, users should play around with the vehicle in that. Then the interactive content should be in that format. Second crucial point in the designing is that the users' time span is very low. So content should be very crisp. When maybe you have lots of information, but what you are pushing to the customer, that should not be more than 30 to 45 seconds. If user is interested, then you can show the content of 2 minutes or 3 minutes, anything. You just choice based on the choice. So content should be very crisp, and 15-20 seconds of the content is very crucial for any communication, because in that you need to take care that whatever personalization you are doing, because name is only a basic personalization. Personalization means how you know your customer. So in that 15-20 seconds, you should hit that part that you know the customer, and this is the specific thing you are offering to the customer to grab the attention. If you are able to grab the attention in 15-20 seconds, then only the rest of the communication matters. So right now, user is very choosy. They want with their preference only. So these are the, and third point is that the interactive options, that when you want to engage user to engage with you. So whenever you need to identify the segments that where user is, you can get the attention of the user. At that time, interactive CTAs and other features should be there, available to the user, not to the end, wait till the end of the video or end of the content. User can immediately take the action and the CTAs. So these things are very important. And one major thing is that when we are defining a journey over the RCS or VaaS with the videos, because you are grabbing the behavior of the user, what they are watching, what they are doing within the video. Follow-up communication has to be designed that way. If user has seen, not seen, then something else. User is seen and not taking the action, and then other communication is different. So follow-up journey has to be defined properly. So these are the key findings what we have experienced from the customer perspective. We need to plan our design and the communication journeys and everything based on the behavior of the user.
Excellent. So I want to maybe bring Han into the conversation. Han, you're the founder of PCOM, and you've been working with RCS for a while. You've developed, some really compelling use cases for enterprise and brands, even win some award. So, give us a bit of some information on what are some of the best practice when integrating RCS capabilities with existing CRM and marketing stacks for enterprise to have a seamless customer journeys.
Yeah. So as you see, right, RCS is very flexibility of customization channels, and it has a lot of potential for integration with third-party platform and data platforms. So as you can see, right, with our Vietnam Airlines use case, it means all the personalization data has to be in real time. Everything in real time for each conversation is identity of the customer, and it's combine a lot of others different platforms to be seen in real time. So in this case, for this kind of video, I see RCS can contribute quite a lot of quite effective for video case. So normally at the first message, right, what we can do is we can send like a very short kind of trailer video, very short, like 5-10 seconds, with initial personalized data. And then with the chatbot, right, then we can starting to collect some information, some intention from the customer. And then after you collect maybe a few information, 4 or 5 information, and then you can come up with a more personalized video based on that behavior, based on that user intention at that point of time, right? And then you can send over by the video platform, you can send over the interactive video, maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute. They can start to explore deeply into the product, right? And then after that, you can come back with RCS, and then you can start with a kind of survey, or you can kind of call to action, moving them kind of buying action or something like that, right? So I see this a good combination between RCS and then you have like interactive video in place. Because as you see, even RCS, you can send video. Of course, you can send video, but you cannot have like interactive video. So the interactive video has to be on, on the browser. And the good part of RCS right now is also support the in-app browser. So as it have to keep the user just within the, the RCS application. So this is a good point that, also the RCS feature can bring together for, for the interactive videos case, be more seamless for the user.
Right. Thanks, Han. So back to Anand. I mean, I know, let's just expand this. I know Han is talking about the fact that, you have to understand the customer journey and where RCS and the video and, how much video and so it's a mix of channel and based on the journey and which part of the journey the customer will be truly engaged. So you don't want to lose the engagement throughout that journey and the process. So Anand, back to you in real deployments, which customer journey, whether it's onboarding, renewals, collection, have shown the highest lift of engagement from an RCS powered video, and why? Yeah, could you expand on what Han is saying? Yeah.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Matt. Very interesting question. And if you would have seen our presentation earlier, something is answered there because it's like a waterfall there. Okay. So the main thing here is you don't have to reinvent the wheel for enterprises. Enterprises do business. They have their set of policies, procedures, flows, different workflows there. Okay. How can we give a personalized, interactive, and a rich communication platform to them? That's the key. Coming to your question, of course, onboarding RCS powered videos have showed the highest lift. Okay. It's basically simple like a waterfall there. Customer is onboarded first, then other, delta keeps on happening accordingly there. Okay. It mainly for businesses, marketing and customer acquisition are the key to success. That's the main important thing there. I also take cross-sell and upsell also as a part of onboarding. Okay, if to selling to an existing customer, if you're upselling or cross-selling there, the onboarding process there happens on a particular product and services. So when I say onboarding, I club all of this under that onboarding for the highest lift that we have seen in the enterprises. It could be selling a new package, okay, selling a holiday destination, booking tickets. It's nice to have a small 30-second video about the holiday or the resort that I'm going to when I book the ticket there. Okay, I feel a little happy. It gives me a little precursor of what the things are there to come. And seeing is believing. And only thing that you can do when you have gone to the resort, whether what you saw in the video is the real thing there or not. I mean, that's a moment of truth for any marketer. You have to deliver what you are promising. Okay. But it all depends on the enterprises and their databases of customer. Okay. So different customers have different use cases, different businesses there. Okay. So it all depends on that. So we should not be particularly choosy about this is taking off more, taking off less there. Okay. As of now, the trend has been onboarding, as the number one. Because marketers have a customer acquisition cost or subscriber acquisition cost budget, okay, which they use on various mediums. And I showed the statistics to you earlier. Okay, the digital medium has taken off. So the only platform where they can, actually results and analytics can be measured, okay, via analytical tools. For example, 1:1, message to the conversion. You can't do on any other medium. You send a message, what is the conversion can only happen on a rich communication platform, on a customer engagement platform, on a CPaaS platform. Okay. So, and it's also low cost and effective tool also. It doesn't cost much. Okay. Basically, it gives you more bang for the buck. That's what it's all about. Matt.
Thank you, Anand. So I want to maybe direct the next questions to Pankaj. We've talked about the customer journey. We mentioned about, engagement, where and how RCS play a great role in onboarding and renewal and collection and cross-selling and upselling. So I want to touch a bit. I want to ask Pankaj about the data. I mean, Han talked about the Vietnam airline example, whereby real time is essential, and RCS can provide that. It's not just the video, but also the data and the insight that comes with the personalization. So, Pankaj, can you share example where brands use data-driven personalization in RCS video and how it achieves significant improvement in conversion?
So, as Anand already said that it can define, and we are working with lots of processes. Like, for example, onboarding is a process where you know the customer and you can explain the benefits better and take the actions. So onboarding is a good thing. But I will take the part of the collection. Like collection and renewal is a different ballgame altogether, because collection and renewal requires personal attention to the customer more. Because generally what happens that the collection defaulters, or you can say missing renewals, is not every time intentional. If you see most of the cases, 80% cases, is not the intentional default or intentional missing the renewals. It's more of the lacking the information and and the right time or something like that. So for example, if you take example of digital collection at the renewal, digital collection have different stages like pre-due reminders, post-due reminders, then some penalties are explaining, or some legal findings are there, or complication may happen to the customer. What happens is that generally they miss the call coming from the bank or institution that these kind of problems you may have may face in the future or something like that, or you just miss that part, that how that that can affect your complete credibility or something like that. So personalization and communication, what matters that the each and every step with the RCS journey, with the videos and all, because they cannot ignore that RCS communications and the VaaS communication. If you are sending that communication, for example, your due date is coming on this day. One day prior, you are saying that you will miss that. If they miss that, next day you are sending some communication. Even if not, then if they are reporting to the civil or other credibility score authorities, so prior to sending that, enterprise can send the communication that you may face this problem if you are liking like this. So you know the customers, and at every step before doing anything, you can guide your customer. In the same way, renewal policy is lapsing, that what kind of benefit they can miss, what kind of things, what kind of in terms of monetary, in terms of physical benefits, physical losses or something like that. So major part why RCS, VaaS along with the video content is important role playing, where you need to educate the customer at the right time with the right content, with the right strategy. So these are the cases where that's why we are more focusing to build the processes. For example, if you take about the RM, relationship manager for every customer, every bank is having, every insurance company, but generally they miss to connect with the customer because they are not picking, they are in meeting or something like that. But what happens then, they can, on behalf of their relationship manager, they can send a personalized communication to that customer that we are trying to reach you for this thing. So these kind of communication is taking good shape, and we are getting very good result in that, because in a collection renewal, we are getting a very good result in terms of onboarding. In the same way, if you are in the retail industry, if you say that someone has come on your site or something like that, they have shown the interest, but they have missed that. You need to remind that customer. Means you need to target at the right time with the right content. This is what RCS, VaaS, and video content can help. That's it.
Yeah, no, excellent. I think it sounds like there's data is is an asset. I mean, and there's so many ways, and the more data you have, the more you can understand each part of the customer journey, make good decision, make good better engagement with the customer. So so I want to shift gear a bit to Han, and Han, you work with multiple markets, different countries, and you have to address, maybe you have to deal with different regulatory landscape. and that landscape is, of course, evolving and changing. So how, from your experience and where you're saying, how should enterprise, when they are coming into, scaling up the RCS, prepare for compliance and data privacy? How have you handled that with your, your markets and your customers?
Okay. Well, it's quite interesting when we come, talk with enterprise on the, communication channels. So very much depend on the enterprise. So the enterprise who are more on commerce, so they just care, okay, whatever is the channel that can bring the most engagement, they will do it. Either SMS, WhatsApp, RCS, whatever. So we're supporting like multiple channels running in parallel, and then they have a benchmark, and then they can see ROI. But there are some particular, enterprise, for example, like banks, insurance company, PSI, that kind of sectors. They are more focused on the channels where they have like, verified by telco. So when we look at the channels where verified by telco, you see SMS, and now starting we see a part of RCS. This is where they look at search channels rather than the other channels running on the mobile application. So this the perspective of the enterprise. And then when we look at that, even we have a quite good use case with other channels, but they keep, okay, I just been waiting for either I use SMS or waiting for RCS. So these are behavior of the enterprise. Why they do like that? Because they get familiar with all the policy and regulations on the data policy. They have view based on SMS in the past. So when the new channel is coming, right, then you see, okay, who are the responsibility for this channel? Last mile. Okay, for example, like SMS, they already know, okay, this is a telco guy who take care of this, right? And okay, this comply with my current policy. Now, when it comes to other channels, like maybe like WhatsApp, for example. And then, okay, let's look at, like Meta is the one. So a lot of countries, like in Southeast Asia, right? We don't have like Meta office in the country. So they cannot justify based on the their own policy. So it means, okay, I don't want to send data out to Meta. This is happening in the market. But some enterprise, they are very open to any kind of channel as long as can bring engagement. So when we're talking about the data policy, data protection, you can see a lot more others, regulations happen in the country. Like the enterprise, they cannot send the data outside of the country, right? And then you can see more localized channels to be useful. So it means for this particular, aspect for enterprise, we see still SMS still the very main channel, and then RCS and some other local OTT channels work very well. But when it comes to global channels, again, we have some kind of resistance from the enterprise.
Okay, so great, Han. I think what you're saying is to summarize, is that in terms of the enterprise, of course, SMS is kind of like the foundation. So if you're already doing SMS, then you I think the enterprise know and being able to adopt RCS and that then they have the foundation of how they need to handle the regulatory around RCS. And of course, to your point about the local channels. So if you're local, the data has to stay in country. So then you're meeting most of that should be okay. That you are well within the regulatory aspect, And of course, to your point about if the enterprise wants to move to the global channel like WhatsApp, then of course there's another understanding of how that regulation impacts the country. So I think you may not have all the answers, but I think what you're outlining is like these are the parameters and the steps that that is available, and and they are actually I would say a process that you can that you could take to be able to ensure that you are meeting the regulatory requirements of the market. Perfect. So back to Anand, I want to kind of on that, since we're talking about regulatory and landscape, obviously security and compliance are top of mind for enterprise, and enterprise communication. So how is GTS, helping the brands? I mean, ensure consent, brand safety, fraud prevention, within, as they move from text messaging to rich video, rich media messaging. Yeah. What have your experience tell you so far? Yeah.
Also carrying forward with what Hans said, yes, those are challenges for sure. But one of the reasons is that you should reach out to innovative global companies like Globe Teleservices, who are present in different regions, and they are aware of the local law of the land, the regulatory changes which are about to come also, because we work very closely with the MNOs and telcos. Okay. And that's one part of it there. And also we work very closely with this large OTT players as well as the messaging platforms. If you would have seen on the slide there, I stopped on the rich communication slide there. There was a picture there with the credentialing part of it there. And I said that will come at the end of it there. So let me explain what we do. So Globe Teleservices onboards customers, enterprise customers, mainly with verified credentials, which is like their name, their header, the brand, the logo, their introduction, and including consent management. You can opt in, opt out, all those options you have it there, okay? As well as for enterprises, they can create content as per the brand guidelines. So there has to be a synergy, okay? Besides that, since we are already into fraud prevention, we have firewall, which we have given to the telco layers. So that expertise of ours also comes into play here to give a seamless and a continued undisrupted service to our enterprises. Needless to say, customer data remains with the enterprises only. We just offer a UI or a UX. That's what we offer. Okay. Same is for the CX platform used by VaaS, and same is for which VaaS does on-premise deployment. Okay, so the control and everything is with the enterprise there. Okay, it's the enterprise who runs the campaigns there. Okay, whether it's marketing or an outreach, information, or business part of it. We only play the role of the facilitators between the enterprises and their customers. Matt.
Thanks, Anand. Let's focus. So a great answer. I mean, obviously GTS, you guys have been doing it. So you have a process and you have a way of, kind of like addressing, enterprise concern of any security or compliance issue in multiple markets globally. But I want to come back to the enterprise and if they want to move from traditional SMS to an immersive RCS video campaign. I guess this is a question to Pankaj. I guess maybe I leave it to you to answer how best. But I think what mistake do you see brands making today on how to move this, and how can they avoid them? So what advice do you have? If I'm an enterprise, I want to move from traditional SMS to immersive video. What are your advice to them?
Right. So as Anand also said, you also saying SMS is the core, and SMS in email is from long term. They are used to of SMS, email, etc. So major problem comes with the mindset. they takes the RCS also as a replacement of SMS, and video as a just an option to send on that particular content. So first thing is that they need to change the mindset. The RCS, with the RCS, they can do various things, not just messaging. Second part is that just for the video content feature, they are sending a generic content or with the basic personalization. So if you have the features, then you need to focus on the personalized outreach rather than a generic and long and complicated videos, whatever they have placed on the YouTube or other things. They just started sending those video content to the customers. So major thing is that they need to change the mindset from SMS and email to the RCS and VaaS. That how we can, you can see that every month I will say that which enterprise are taking the innovation in a big shape. With the VaaS and RCS, we have lots of possibilities to create a interesting journey, whoever is not created yet. So major shift has to be done in the mindset, from the traditional to the new mindset. And as I earlier said, the user behavior is changing because user is used to WhatsApp. Even user is aware more than an enterprise that what can come, what they can do from the VaaS and the RCS. So that mindset. And second problem, what I have faced yet, that enterprise is not giving the pain to move from the traditional to the new innovation. So they need to take a pain. They need to change, educate everyone, because even we spend a lot of time with the banks and all. In first 2 years, we need to just educate them that this can be useful, not in terms of commercial and other things. Experience matters, not the commercial. Commercial, if you say, commercial will always be give the better ROI if you give the better experience to the user, rather than a cost-effective something like that. So mindset shift is very important. This is from my side.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you. There's a needs to be a shift of the way that they look at engagement from, the way that they are comfortable with traditional SMS, and the richness of video you do have to rethink, relook, and review how do you engage and the potential of that. So so then Han, so back to Han, I want to come back to him on Asia. I mean, we all of us are based in you guys are based, and so I want to talk about the Asia mobile market. And you, Han, you've kind of delivered some compelling RCS journey for brands. Where do you see the fastest adoption of interactive video driven engagement, and why? So we'll kind of help us understand the Asian market. Where do we see this adoption will occur, and why and where?
Yeah. So basically, for the adoption of, when we're talking about just interactive video, right? So interactive video is we have some adoption in the market. So, but before we use emails to send this kind of video, personalized video. So I had done a few projects with that, mostly with the banks and insurance companies. So this is what we have done, okay? And this also happening in the market right now. So email is still the main channel where they deliver, personalized video, and maybe along with the SMS. Now, when we come with RCS, is the new channel where I mostly focus at the moment in the market. So what I see is, to educate the enterprise to do something new. It's painful and it takes time. So even you see, right, RCS can do a lot of things, chatbot, whatever, interactions, do a lot of beautiful things. But as you can see right now, right, 99% of the message, RCS message, right, it's still a very basic one. So we send with like image, some text, some emoji, and then the button, click to the link. Okay. Now, to shift them, from that simple message, right, to a simple conversation. Let's say after you click the link, you click the button, and the chatbot will reply something, maybe 1 or 2 steps only. So it took me around normally 3 to 6 months. So to the market, for the enterprise understand, okay, now you can have this kind of particular use case, and then you can try with that, right? And as you can see, right, they have slowly, very slowly adoption, understanding, and it's not because of they slow, it's because of their existing business. So their existing business, they have this, existing workflow. They have, kind of existing process, working with different departments. So everything moving, slowly and has to be in parallel. So that's create another challenge for us whenever we try to introduce a new use case for enterprise. Unless you just create some kind of new business for them. So unless you have, if you have like new channels and create a new business, but likely it's not the case that very often. So it's also require a lot of effort for enterprise side to accept, the new business. On top of that, so it's very lucky if you meet one enterprise, they have that kind of innovation mindset and also innovation business mindset. To create a new business, for testing and to launch into the market.
I think that's the reality of it. I think this is what this kind of webinar is kind of like part of the education, is to hopefully give ideas and open up at least the enterprise mindset to possibility, and hope, and of course, they can reach out to each one of you for further details and how they can, start to begin this journey. I have a few more minutes. So I want to kind of maybe open up this last questions to everybody. Looking forward to next year and beyond. I want to see your, where do you see the future? What excites you the most about the potential of RCS engagement? So it's a free flow. Please, where do you see this is heading? And what excites you the most? Yeah, maybe Anand, you can kick off this question. Yeah.
Matt, I'm just taking this first. That
okay, perfect.
In a journey of last 5 years, I have seen that what Han is saying, that it's very tough that you get the enterprise who is ready for the innovation and all. But in last 2 years, and you can say last 1.5 years, that I'm seeing the very much interest from the user, from the enterprise side. Even in Indian market, I will say that for Indian market, they are moving very fast towards these RCS and VaaS along with the video journeys. They are shifting heavily, because earlier we only need to push to the customer. Now they are coming with the solutions and ideas, and they are pushing us to make something new into on VaaS and RCS. So I'm seeing that this kind of shift, just 3 years we spent to train them, but now they are helping us to evolve more. That's why we started journey from the PI videos only. And now we have added in the portfolio, you have seen that the 10 different items we are having in terms of content strategy. That's because of the enterprises are moving fast. It's not that they are lagging behind. Earlier it was a problem, but now when they started getting the references and they're getting the good points, they are moving very good. So I'm expecting a very good next 2 years. It will evolve a lot towards the VaaS and the RCS journey along with the content. So content strategy, we have to build around RCS and VaaS. This is our finding till an experience, you can say.
Sure, I'll come in here. Okay, so let's understand who are the people from enterprise that we're reaching out to. It's basically the marketers there, okay? And one of the key matrices for any marketer is a response. Whether it's views, whether it's a click, call to action, conversion. The traditional channels had limited response, okay? But over the years, our rich communication messaging platforms have become the de facto choice, okay? Why? Because instant connectivity, they catch eyeballs, interactivity, and being always on mode. I mean, that's what the key thing is this, okay? Differentiator is there, okay? So it's already sold, okay? There's no need to get into selling that part again. They understand that part there, okay? The other is from the consumer point of view there. In an era where social media reels have become popular, span of attention is reducing day by day. Okay, video as a service plays an important tool for marketers, advertising people, business professionals to reach out to the target customers. If we go on the website, I get or one gets lost in the maze of information overload which is there. Okay, communication channel is to the point. It's very, very direct. I choose what I want to know about it there, okay? And even the marketers are very, very direct. It has a particular purpose. Okay, it's not that I'm putting the entire company in front of the customer. It's for a particular purpose. So the target marketing is something which has got accepted, and it will grow further in that direction. The other thing is which you'll understand is about something called app fatigue. There are so many apps on your phone there, so many notifications popping up there, okay, that you will not go on those platforms there. Whereas on rich communication, messenger platforms and all there, that's the way they chat. So can we reach out to them? Okay. Yes, obviously, if I call and all that, they'll get rejected by the spam filters there, okay. But around messaging, verified credential part of it there, acceptance will be more. Okay. And we see a clear shift towards that. The Globe Teleservices sees RCS as a digital enablement. I mean, as an all-pervasive across all industry verticals. If you asked about question about way forward, 2026, 2027 and beyond, even enterprises who are not customer-facing will start using the medium for its ease and availability 24/7. We are seeing that trend there, okay. Things like know your company, investor relations, I mean, they'll have something, I mean, it's good to have. It's a tick mark, maybe there, if they'll start with that, I mean, everybody's having it there, why should I miss out? Fear of missing out, FOMO factor will play in there, okay. But I have started seeing, it depends on the country. The more countries going towards a digital economy, even I'm seeing governments using rich communication to reach out for citizen services. It may be one way as of now. The interactive element will come into picture and keeping customer on the same platform, not making them out of the communication channel to any other link and all, those will go out. It will take some time, but it's in a good direction. At least directionally, it's going in the right, in the right space there, okay. Since you asked about what excites me there, okay. Now, what excites me will be the, as a professional, will be the unique nature of each and every deployment. As I said, no two deployments are same. The learning that we get by these use cases and deployment is immense there, okay. So that's if you say about what excites me, that excites me the most. Matt.
Perfect. So I know we are running out of time, so I'm going to just wrap up. And first of all, thank you. I guess my takeaway is that I hope for the audience it will give some clarity and to embark on this journey. If you're already thinking, you have a lot more information on how you can step in and step up your reach, messaging engagement. If you are already in, then this maybe you have there are multiple use cases and personalized and interactivity that you can embark if you're doing very simple generic video rich messaging. The ability for you to expand that is there today. So I first of all I'd like to thank Anand, Pankaj, and Han for this session and talking about this topic. I don't think this will be the last conversation about video as a service. I think hopefully next year when we to come back, we'll get we'll be surprised by some of the success and the use cases that have been deployed. And I hope that's the case for next year. So till then, thanks again, and I wish everyone a great day ahead, and looking forward to see you guys again in the next webinar at MEF. Bye.